Uliov was going over Claren's plans for distributed waste processing. He liked what the end goal was, freeing up technical offices so that they can service the apartments, workplaces, and recreation facilities everyone uses. One of the downsides to using multiple general waste separation plants was using precious manpower to accomplish the goal, when we should have them working in profitable industries instead. But Uliov thought, Clarence makes decisions based on facts, so I'm going to set up a meeting with him. We can hash it out then. Let's see what his calendar looks like. He's booked off all of tomorrow and the following day. Why don't I take a wander down the hall? We should be able to make a decision today. Clarence was completely focused on his computer. He didn't hear Uliov until he knocked at the door. Clarence said in a surprised tone, "Oh, Uliov, I didn't hear you walk up. Too focused, I guess. What brings you here?" Uliov replied, "I'm giving the waste plans you drew up a second look." Clarence responded, "I see. Did you have any thoughts on the distributed layout?" Uliov praised Clarence. "I love having the collection from buildings local. The turnaround times we have for visits will be far more predictable." Clarence smiled. "Thanks, Uliov. That was one of the guiding principles going in. Do you have any thoughts on using a general separation plant and an incinerator?" Uliov said ominously, "That's exactly why I'm here now. I wanted to brainstorm with you a bit about changing the plans to a pure drop-off style, partial processing." Clarence nodded. "I had considered that and ran some numbers." Uliov remarked, "I was pretty sure you had. What I like about the drop-off approach is we don't have to use workers. We can get them working in profitable industries." Clarence replied, "I like that too, but the numbers told a different story." Uliov replied, "Go on. I thought this would be a pretty straightforward change." Clarence nodded. "That's where I started, dropping off all the waste and scrap at dumps, aggregate storages, or open storages. It seemed like such a simple concept. Drop it off and send the trucks back out to pick up more." Uliov responded, "Exactly what I was thinking. Then we set up a DO and it can transfer to our current processing facilities." Clarence said, "You bet. Easy peasy, right? Until I factored in the load times from the storages. We wouldn't be able to keep up with the inflow of mixed waste. Not by a long shot. And bio-waste was on the verge of being overwhelmed too." Uliov let out a low whistle. "Really? There's that much in mixed waste being processed?" Clarence said, "Even if we had 12 trucks loading at the same time, it would not be doable. There's just too much garbage. We can easily do this with the other types of waste and scrap, but mixed waste is just not possible." Uliov said in an amazed tone, "Would not have thought that would be the issue. Good catch, Clarence." "Thanks," Clarence said. "Before you go, can I have a word?" Uliov replied, "You bet. What's up?" Clarence asked Uliov to close the door. Uliov's eyebrows went up. Hi, Cheap here. Welcome to episode 91 of my Let's Play with Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic, Rote Bucht 1.0 Reboot. Yeah, thanks for taking time out of your day to spend part of it with me. I appreciate that. It's awesome. Yeah, I was poking around a little bit, and I want to get one thing done because I'm going to get totally sidetracked before I get it sorted out. So we got the road done, but didn't build the or didn't set up to build the the dump. So yeah, okay, yeah, the garbage. I did a bunch of research this afternoon into trying to make that work, and I had a little test city. It's not that big a city, but I did do the setup so that we had. Excuse me. Actually, I'll get into the story in a second. What I want to do, in actuality, is we don't have these guys doing a heck of a lot right now. So I would, excuse me, like to get them going. So let's do that. I know there's a bunch of but I want to finish off the this is the water and this is the sewage. Okay, those are done. Sort of, kinda. But I'll have to do the. Get the people involved in dealing with that as well. Okay, so there's the water. Let's get the sewage in place. And it looks like we need a footpath here. Right. And another one here. I should have checked that. I could have probably made a guess that that's going to be the case. Yeah. I don't want to bite off too much stuff here, so I'm going to call the and as footpaths. Okay. With the I just want to get the sewage dealt with here first, and then I can continue my story. But I've got a couple of pieces of footpath to put in. There's one there, and that was behaving a little bit odd. Okay. And I'm sure at some point in the future that will be that will be fixed, because it's not going to cooperate. I can almost guarantee that. Put path in all there, all here. Okay. Cool. Let's get back underground and we'll do the rest of the sewage there. So then I think that will be, yeah, then we will have a complete sewage system. Sorry, words. And I keep going by the temperature, which is where I wanted to be. Okay. So yeah, well, what the plan was to have this technical office have it responsible for picking up all the garbage in this area, and then we were going to have it moved up here to be or even possibly right here. I didn't know where I was going to do it, but have it dropped off in storage as appropriate to the waste or scrap that the type it was. And what happened in this small town was it worked quite slick. Like it cleaned the city out and the industrial areas out, and it was really working well. The problem was is they couldn't get enough trucks in place to keep the storage emptying the storage. It just wouldn't happen. Excuse me. The issue. Yeah, it takes so long to load. Drop off was quick. I had a 6-slot. Just want to quickly check this to make sure there's nothing untoward happening there. 6-slot road like loading stations. I can't. These things. Cargo stations, yes. And I 6 trucks couldn't deal with managing mixed waste from 4 technical services offices. So what we will be doing is implementing the general sorting out to those storages, and then also burning the rest that's left there, and then dealing with that as we do with the other stuff up on the other side. So not going to get too fussed about that just yet. While we still have a very long ways to go in terms of getting all of our I need to finish a sentence. I know I do. Getting everything, all of our wow, buildings and everything else ready to go. So yeah, there's a fair chunk of work that needs to happen, not the least of which is putting all the buildings up here. Just getting the excuse me, the infrastructure down, and then need to get the rest of the footpath stuff in place here as well. Footpath stuff, but what I mean by stuff is the actual having the footpaths there in what will hopefully be a reasonable manner. Pretty sure we don't have a node here to connect to. No. Nope. Oops, that would have made things far too simple. Yeah, yeah. It's too bad, because I wouldn't have minded having a path go all the way through, and maybe we do, because we can get well, we can't get there. You know, maybe we do a connection from here across, and then down to here, and then from here that way, and then it kind of works. I don't know. I'm not super clear on how I'm going to make that connection. And we also have to get these guys, same kind of idea, from the outside circle to the inside circle, a reasonable path for them too. So yeah, it is a little surprising how much effort it takes to think about the just footpaths. You're going, oh well, it's just people walking around. Well, yeah, it's just people walking around, but it is a very it's a key to the game. And this is kindergarten and a school, so I may end up leaving off the the loop around on this side, just thinking that it's not these are services that are basically dedicated to these guys. So while people that are in range, walking range, can use them, I don't need to add anything extra into this to make it possible for this place to get to this school. I mean, maybe one district over, it's going to be relatively simple, but I don't need to make sure that everybody can get everywhere in the whole place. So yeah, So we're delivering materials, getting this dealt with. Now, what I'm thinking of doing here is setting this up so that we have a general separation plant that feeds an incinerator that feeds a large storage. The excuse me, the thing that I need to make sure of is we have we have good access to all of those buildings, because we will be setting up a DO on this side here that will be responsible for picking up from those excuse me, those storages and transporting down to our full-on waste processing. So yeah. And what I set up over in my what? Sorry. What I set up in my little test city was basically just a drop off. It had six large dumps or medium dumps, and a cargo station that had 6 parking spots. And it was working fine. Never saw it get filled. The actual the 6 slots. It didn't happen. So that was pretty cool. That part of it worked. But like I said, the pickup to then transfer to the full processing, that's where everything fell down. So I think what I'm going to do, I'd like to start with wow, my brain just separation plant. There we go. General separation plant. So we start with that. We're going to need a bunch of places for this to be to have access. And I want to leave a space for the DO over there, and I need room for the storages that we're going to put in. Okay, so I put that there, and then I go to small incinerator. It still has power, which is good. I'm just trying to think of where I will be putting the bus. Okay, well, let's just start with that. And we will leave 2 dumps for hazardous waste and bio waste. The rest of it, because mixed waste isn't part of the routine anymore, we're burning it. So what will happen? We will need a place to store all of the good stuff there. And I think this is going to work. The good stuff. Oh yeah. I don't know if I'd call that the good stuff. Anyway, yeah. So if I do this, ooh, yeah. Let's see. You'll see why I'm doing this in a second. Sorry. I wanted to have a road cargo station there. I think if I just do I didn't give myself quite enough space. You know what? I'm gonna put the DO in because I think I'm gonna end up fighting myself a little bit for space. So I think the DO's in here, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, and I am very much putting myself in a tight spot here. Looks a lot like the technical services office. Let me see if there's a better option here. Oops, distribution office. This is 12. I'd prefer to err on the side of too many than not enough. This gives a road. Well, the other option would be to turn it this way as well. Let's see if we can get everything to fit together in there. Okay. Oh, had a fire and it got put out. Cool. Oh, it was an attraction. Okay. So if I put in I could possibly do this like that with the connection. Possibly. We'll see. I'm not sure. Oops. Those need to be connected. I don't know. I'm not sure that this is going to fit. Yeah, it's not going to fit. Quite sure that this I'm not going to be able to get this connected. Oh yeah. Except we need this going this direction and that looking in. Excuse me. Okay. Brain, work. if I mean, maybe I slide some of this stuff over, but let's let's give that a shot. Because I think yeah, those both come off that side, right? So let's go back to our general separation. That on this side. So if I give a little bit more space and try to get that kind of in this area, thinking that might work a little bit better. This will connect there, but I wanted to use that connection for something else. So I think this needs to be further over. Okay. We can make this happen. Whoops. That was the button I wanted to hit. Okay. Let's see if this is going to work any better. Okay, that one connects, and that one connects. All right, then we can hook these guys up, I hope. Okay. So now they can use this to pick up from either one of these two, excuse me, dumps, and that will be our biological waste and our hazardous waste that gets transferred. Okay, cool. I do quickly check and see how we're doing. Okay, got some more. What? 8. Sorry, I hit the wrong button again. Okay, we're almost done these footpaths. And it looks like everything is just chugging along. Yeah, good to go. Okay. So now, what do I need? Well, I wanted to have a road cargo station so that we can drop off. There's only 2 slots. Yeah, that should be covered in this building. So I think it's it's nice to have. Is it completely necessary? Not so much. I think that the 4-1 is a good idea. Now, I could even put this up here, and it's going to be even more out of it, I think, because and that's a good thing in my opinion. So it's only those 2 that we need. We don't need, because there's 4 materials that we're going to be dealing with here to store. Yeah, biological waste, hazardous waste. Then there's plastic waste. Oh, that's the other one. We need an open storage that's connected to that. So no, I think it's not gonna fit on that side. So I think pointing this here. is the way to go. Okay, let's make sure that we can connect this road up because they don't always want to. Okay, that's fine. It will connect. Gotta make sure I don't box myself in, right? So now we have plastic. Actually, I think what I'll do is put the road in so I don't forget. It never happens. And now we need 2 aggregate storages. And that would be here. And I don't, for these, I honestly don't think we need the large. I think the yikes. Oh, yeah, this is a problem. I'm gonna need way more space than I've given myself here. I need these incinerate, and I want that auto fed, so our drop off isn't gonna be excuse me, is not going to have a road cargo station. Is that what I think that's it. Yeah, a road cargo station. I'm gonna have to come back to this. This is not. It's not coming together. I may have to do a little bit of offline playing around with this to try to get the right layout. I would definitely be doing this for in the test city, just cause. Yeah, that's that's a puzzler. Now we're getting all the materials delivered, and we do have the buses and the cranes. So let's have a peek here and see. Yeah, there's definitely people there. Lots of people here. More than enough materials there. We're doing okay for steel. Okay, and yeah, we've got our way in and way out. And I was going to put the heating plant in here. And I think I ended up talking myself into the small geothermal, if I'm not mistaken, or the micro, yeah, geothermal. There's also a police station that I would like to have in here. But if I teed that, yeah, that's a better option. I wouldn't mind having a police station in here. Just because I think this is another one of those areas that would benefit from that. Okay, there it is there. And what do we have? What do we have for smaller police stations? Crime and Justice, Police, 8 and 10. Almost fit right there. Except the footpath is on the wrong side. Of course, there. Yeah, it's not going to fit there. That's probably the smallest footprint we have. 5 and 7. See, even that is still a little on the. I mean, I don't mind the numbers there. Just where would be a good place for it to go? We'd have heat over here. I think it might go in here. Yeah. Except, well, it's close enough that the people wouldn't be an issue. Shouldn't be an issue. Wouldn't need to use the footpath. They could just come by road. Totally blocking off the rail, which is already blocked off anyway. And yeah, it would have heat here as well. Okay. Going with that. Okay. Let's let's do some work with this funky footpath. Okay. Oh, maybe we can connect this up here. Yeah, it's better there, I think. Let's get footpath back in. Back to the road. Right, and yeah, doesn't give off much in the way of pollution, so I don't think it's really going to cost anything. It's going to be way less than what our steel factory is. So I don't think that's a big deal. And I've been on slow-mo here the whole time. Sorry. Keep forgetting that's a thing. Fires. Okay, sorry, I'm just looking to see if we were able to keep. Well, we do have food, so that's good. We don't have crops, but we do have food. We'll be starting to harvest here shortly. And we got our other fires, yeah, and a global market report. Okay. Well, we're certainly not staying ahead of coal needs over here, and we're not racking up any coal here either. So it's we've got the max working there, and we've only got 50 here. Is there anything more? No. I mean, it's. And that, yeah, the only other thing would be to add another coal processing plant. And need to make sure that we have coal in here. Yeah, we do. Good. Okay, so we're all filled up here with materials. That's good. Let's turn this back on to 2 workers. Cool. Really don't mind seeing these trucks off the road. Venus. Sports still an issue there, eh? I don't get that. Pretty sure I've got all the sport numbers maxed out, or in terms of staff. Everybody likes bowling. Okay. Cool. Beer hall, no gas. Alcohol is there. Where did this is the sport radio station. Yeah. trying to remember where the sports theater. Is there no kindergarten? Sorry, I'm really drawing a blank on where the other sports hall is. This the one for this quadrant, because I thought I built or planned one for each of them, each of the quadrants. That could be why it's overwhelmed, for sure. Yeah, and they are complaining about that, so yeah, let's throw something sports related in over here. Needs to be a year-round one as well. Okay. Go in there. And let's here. And I can get a mechanism. Let's get everybody in here working on that. Right. We're doing okay there. Except for the sports. It is an issue. And we're getting most of the yeah, looks like most of our piping. Oh shoot. And I didn't assign the switch. All good. And we've got yeah, electricity and water left. So let's just before we call this an episode, we're up to just 40 minutes now. Let's get the rest of hold it. Yeah, there. That's what I want. Just want to get the nope, I didn't want that. That's the one. Okay, and let's get people involved. Looks like I didn't involve people in these ones either. It's not cool. That may be why they're not getting built. Okay. Oh yeah, and no construction offices have access. So let's get a footpath in and get some access. Okay. Okay. Then that will just leave us with the heat and electricity. electricity. Pardon me. Cool. We're going to want to well, yeah, we will want this. Need this DO here for sure. And then yeah, that was just it was a little bit annoying. But yeah, I thought I'd left enough space and had a reasonable concept of what I wanted to do with the garbage processing there, but it didn't quite work out. I just need to garbage is still pretty new, so I kind of fumble and stumble my way sometimes, but yeah, it's all good. Okay, let's see what we're doing for garbage up here. Okay, it's built, and we want some construction waste, so do one of them with construction waste. Oh, I'm still pretty flabbergasted that we don't have enough coal. I mean, the mine is producing everything we need it to produce. It's just we don't have a processing plant. Oh, well, first of all, there's no workers here. That would be an issue. Who's supposed to be delivering? Why are we so far out to lunch? Oh, there's 3 buses on their way. Oh, one at the end station. Oh, there it is, right there. We just a little bit too far away. Maybe we need another bus. Okay, that'll be the last thing we do before we call this an episode. So it's the Yelp. Oh no, there's an Icarus 556 that we have been. Looks like we've been using. Let me just check the speed. Not Icarus 556. Oh, IK. Sorry. Spelling does count when you're searching. 556. So that's 80K, not bad, with 100 passengers. So let's add one more. And we'll get you there, and don't worry about going to the depot. Okay. I can't. No, was it people? No, couldn't have been. I wouldn't have thought. I mean, it is a fair ways away for sure. Anyway, I guess we'll have to take a closer look at that next episode. So, yeah. Anyway, cheers. Thanks for hanging with me today. It's good fun. I'm trying to pass some time and do a little bit of a stub my toe a little bit, but that's okay. It'll heal up, and we'll get back to it next episode. So, yeah, cheers. Well, have yourself a wonderful day, and we catch you in episode 92. Cheers. Bye now.